Technical and sentimental video for the QuasiDB service for the 22nd of June 2021. We'll just have a quick look at the calendar, in fact, see if there's anything of interest. So there isn't any high severity, but we do have POW at 7 PM UK time. Nothing really outstanding today, which could be good for us, but we do want to pay attention to this. We have seen the speech already, and it doesn't look like there's going to be any surprises, but you don't know how the market's going to react. It could be a risk-off scenario. So just an idea of what's going on in the calendar. Currently, we have 4 signals. Actually, no, we don't. We have more than that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 signals. So AJ, CJ, EG, pound yen, and pound USD. So let's go through these in this order, and we'll go this way. So nothing at the moment is ticking any boxes for me from my end in order to publish a signal, and the reason for it is they're not technically really satisfactory in order to go in that bias, if you know what I mean. So this is a buy, for example. I'm not 100% convinced on AJ. I'm not convinced on this one, or these, in fact, and I'll tell you why. Okay, so let's start with AJ. Let's go all the way back. Well, first of all, while we're here, this is the pound USD. See, the issue for me is this humongously bearish diagonal break, which is a dragon, a bearish dragon, and so we've already below monthly pivot, so that sets the precedence for the bias. We're below, so we know we're technically a sell, and we had quite a strong rejection of MS1 as well. And I posted a chart in the technical area as this signal generated, and I was saying how we should wait, and it's good that we did because it has fallen since, and that's why we need to be be patient. There's the 61.8 support, which coincides with the SLC. We're very, very close to the one below. We're literally about less than 5 pips away to getting that liquidity. One above is at 13941. The pitchfork had a very nice respect and bounce. I mean, I don't think that's a coincidence. That's just too much. It's too freaky. If we to zoom out, and that's the median line support. So I don't know if that's a coincidence or not. That's just so accurate. It's ridiculous. It hit it to probably just like the micro pip. So that was your bounce, and we had a rejection of support. So it's actually resistance, MS1. Zoom out again. So that's the pound USD. I'm not going to entertain a long if we're below MS1. Because it doesn't make any sense. We've got that as resistance. It could be a good support, but it's currently not because price is below. If price goes above, then yeah, possibly, but then our risk to reward is poor because the liquidity is so close to the entry, 14 pips, so it's not very good from a risk to reward perspective. Potentially they can move their stops. If they do, that will look better for our long. But at the moment, don't take this one. I suppose we can do the pound yen as well. It makes sense. And we'll start. Then we'll go to euro pound. Then we'll do AJ, and we'll finish with CJ. Pound yen. So this is monthly pivot. So ideally, we'd want to be above in order to buy. We are a buy in the sentiment, and they shorted it. So that's how we got the signal. And that's funny. I'm going to delete this chart after this video because it's a bit annoying. But there's the shift channel support. Okay, it didn't respect it as well as pound USD, but we had a median line, fairly good respect there. So yeah, I'd probably want it above monthly pivot, to be honest, and that's what I'm waiting for. Because currently, if we're below, that sets the bias. So. And there are lots of things currently taking place with the pound because we've got BOE on Thursday, so we'd have to be very careful. The SLC above is large of the two, so that could be bullish, but like I said, I want it above monthly pivot. The channel is ascending, but the pitchfork is descending. Maybe if we look on the daily, it might help. It's going to format it strangely again. And the CAD Gen is doing something very similar. And this is actually quite worrying if you're long. It's a bearish butterfly. So this is just a big, long leg that's probably a little bit overextended, to be honest. And we've broken the pitchfork as well, which is another bearish thing. So I think this is just holding on just from the fact that the retail guys are so short. We had quite a nice candle yesterday. A very strong candle. It's tricky. I get it above monthly pivot, then we can get a long perhaps, and then we have resistance at 15437, which is not that great really. So just keep an eye on that as well. And we'll do AJ, AU. Oh no, before we go there, let me just do Euro Pound. See, the thing with the pound cross is that we have a bullish harmonic on the Euro Pound, MS1 support, broken the pitchfork, which is bullish, but we have made consecutive lower highs, and its price is struggling to break that sequence. So if we come up, we can probably retest it and then fall again, and it's just going to be a nightmare. I have a long bias on this, because of this technical factor that we've broken pitchfork, we've got a harmonic, and we've got support, but we know we're below monthly pivot, so it's very tricky. Maybe if we break this, we make a higher high, then yeah, great, and then we'll go up and rally MR1. So it's just to give you an idea about the pound crosses. If this remains fairly bullish, that's going to hurt the pound yen and the pound USD. So yeah, keep an eye on your monthly pivot and those levels there if you wanted to trade it. This is currently a short, so if we were to short it, we'd want it below MS1, which is 85.37. I don't think we're going to come down there, to be honest. And we've got harmonic support 85.41. So yeah, Aussie yen. Right, so MS2 support 82.93, we're 82.97, below monthly pivot. We got quite a strong diagonal break. At that point, it became a sell. It went sideways for ages. Don't forget, this is a daily chart. So he went sideways 25 days. Yeah, this is like a month of just like chop. And now it fell below that range, if you can see. I mean, I don't have to draw a triangle, but rectangle, sorry, but you can see how we've broken below, and we had that strong candle there. So technically bearish, potentially, fundamentally strong because of risk on. We are a buy at the sentiment level, and they shorted it. So above MS2, we could be good. From a risk reward perspective, it's okay. Not sure about that technical, and it is a daily chart as well, and we've broken this range as well. Potentially we might take this as a long. I'll let you guys know. I mean, as long as the MS2 holds, we might be okay. At least we know the exit. So 82.93 Aussie USD. So we got a 76.4. This is the first thing that I saw when I just opened this chart just now. There's a diagonal. We had a sort of a failed. I mean, we broke out from that harmonic, but we didn't really do much. We're back below again, and that's potentially the reason for it is MS2, because we're below. It's actually resistance, 75.49. So entertain a long above MS2, but do note what the SLC is. It's just a confluence of resistance. It could come up, get that liquidity, hit technical resistance, and fall. And we've got the 61.8 as well. So there's three things aligning at that level. It's going to be resistance. And we are a sell, don't forget. At the high level, we are a sell. So, if it comes up, then, it's going to be payday for those guys. MyFX book. Oh, that's interesting. So why is that then? Oh no, it isn't. No, okay, my bad. My apologies. So that's actually not It's AJ, not AU. All right, so that's clearer. And so that's that. I'm going to do CAD-GEN now, and then we'll see why it triggered, and then I'm going to wrap up the video. So CAD-GEN, I can't show you the sentiment unfortunately because it doesn't cover it. You can see how strong it is. The macro picture here is the disinflation with the Fed and FOMC, and this was pretty much an inflation trade, and see how everything was rallying because this is a commodity pair because of its connection with oil. And yen is obviously the connotation with risk, and things are rallying, which they have been. The yen's going to dump and the CAD's going to appreciate because of the connection of oil and the commodity currency. Now, if Powell is going to, retain that stance, and he repeats what he said before, then this could fare poorly, and so it would just be, perhaps not a fundamentally great trade to go long. So I was short, and I was quite annoyed because I was in nice profits, but the thing is, it came back up and sort of bit me. It's quite frustrating. MS2 is 89.10, so monthly pivots here. So I was a little bit reckless where I should have just exited, but I thought it was going to continue because Powell was quite hawkish, so it's going to impact this. It's quite strong, and so we are a buy currently. So I mean, an entry above MS1 could be good. 89.10. We're 10 pips, 11 pips away, so it could be a good one. We'd want S&P to rally, so just before I do wrap up, we want to have a look at the S&P. And frustratingly, we hit the diagonal break, but of course we had to rally, didn't we? And there's that sort of V-shape almost, all the way up. And we've got resistance here at 42.35. Can't see any reason why there would be resistance because we're risk on, aren't we? So I think potentially CAD-GEN or Aussie yen. I don't really like that candle currently. We're currently bearish. I've got to send in Pitchfork actually. So I'll keep you guys posted, and we'll see how we go. Bitcoin is pretty heavy. Hasn't really changed much from yesterday. We were here yesterday, and I was saying that would look quite heavy. And it's fallen since, and we got support at 27,972, and then we could potentially bounce because that'd be like a triangle. Breaks that, we go to 24,000. Breaks that, we go to 21,000. And the worst case scenario, I won't even show you that because it's like really scary. And that's going to break a lot of banks and bank accounts and horrible margin calls and things like that. So I actually want to see that now. I shouldn't be looking at this. Yeah, it's going to forecast. Yeah, if we break that, if we break below 9,800, yeah, we'll go. Yeah, it could be like disastrous. So yeah, we don't want these to break, ideally. I'm going to wrap up now. I'll keep you guys posted about the signals, and we'll look for potentially AJ and CJ.